Well, let's get into the individual companies that we're going to be chatting about. You mentioned Toyota as being one of the biggest players in this environment. It is, well, as we know, designs, manufactures and sells sedans, minivans, sport utility vehicles and trucks.
Right, and it also has a very substantial financial services division, because in many parts of the world what they do is that they provide their dealers with a financial services angle so that as a vehicle is sold, there's finance available on the floor in the selling process.
Market cap $209 billion, trades on a PE of 9.7 and no dividend yield declared.
Okay, as far as this one is concerned, remember it's principally listed in Tokyo, so we're going to show you the 5-year chart of the Tokyo market. What you'll see there is it's trending up quite nicely, but the predictable little tumble at the end there.
Given current market conditions.
Exactly.
Contagion, so to speak.
Now, this vehicle company produces 10 million vehicles a year. That's an enormous number. They don't just do that in Japan, although they're very dominant in Japan, which is a big economy and has lots of motor vehicle drivers. They also manufacture in all sorts of parts of the world, big in the United States of America, big also production around in the developing world, and even here in South Africa, substantial production down in the KwaZulu-Natal area. Interestingly, remember Mums and Toti is where that business is.
Also in the renewable space, the hybrid model, particularly being driven by the Prius.
Right, correct.
That is doing very well.
And the Toyota Corolla, let's face it, is the entry-level vehicle for many, many new drivers. And then they have even smaller versions of that little vehicle. So that's been a big growth segment. Also in Europe, where people have been shifting towards diesel-powered vehicles, and also with smaller ones, so that you can get them into the tiny parking
So they're
bays.
on trend across the board. Whatever you
Huge
want, Toyota's got it.
In like all the minibus taxis in this country are made by Toyota, including the new bigger Quantum Sesfikile type model. And then the buckies, don't forget those. Also hugely popular world over in emerging
Huge opportunities in Africa for
Yep.
both the larger trucks and for the buckies.
Exactly, exactly. So what do we think about this one? Well, it's slightly tricky. Remember the sentiment...
Do you have exposure to this one?
No,
Let's
we've
just get
owned them in the
lowdown on
past,
that.
but we don't own them currently. And we've been a little scared about them because remember, the Japanese economy has boomed in recent years because Shinzo Abe came in and Abenomics
With
and lots of
Abenomics.
stimulus. But one does just worry a little bit about that economy being excessively underpinned by cheap money. I know that's not normally a line I take, but on balance, it's been very helpful for them in terms of their export sales and the level of the yen. There's a little bit of a crisis going on between them and China and Korea, remember? That's another issue. The fact that there's this ongoing sort of political anxiety related to the Second World War, believe it or not, between China, Japan and Korea, which has still not been resolved. So they still
a number of different elements in terms of sentiment up in the air. Are we going hot or not on Toyota?
I'm going to say let's avoid it for now. So we've been hot in the past. I think right now it does present with a slightly mixed and complex story. And on balance, I would say keep on the hold, keep it on the backlist for now.
Not hot.